Hello everyone, welcome to the ichimokucharts.com daily analysis for the Aussie dollar US dollar FX for Thursday, March the 15th, 2012. Well, a white body candle today and a very good answer to the bearishness of the previous 2 days from the buyers today. A very large white body candle denoting the buyers making very solid net bullish progress. The market has closed up towards the high, suggesting that the buyers have taken control of this market for the trading day, and they've taken fairly strong control, although they did lose some commitment as the market tested up near the high of the previous day's trading. Having said that, however, the trend is still down. We do have today's candle making a lower high and a lower low, and haven't seen a change of trend yet, but there is potential for that change of trend because of this bullishness that we've seen in the market today. If we look at the size of the body of this candle, it's very much larger than the previous white bodies that we've seen for quite some time. So the buyers seem to have found some good solid upside momentum down around these levels. Now, the market did bounce off the 1045 level that I highlighted previously as an area of potential support. We saw here this major swing high where there was strong downside rejection as serving as resistance and then acting as support. Today the market's bounced off that level. The previous day's trading, we saw the market fail to close down below that level. In terms of Ichimoku, we are still trading within the cloud, so the market has an overall neutral bias, but the market remains bearish in the long-term and fast-term timeframes by trading below the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen. Both of these indicators will act as very strong resistance to this market if we do trade up, and if we're looking at the Tenkan-sen here, it's pointing down very sharply, and very often when that points down sharply, it acts as a very strong level of resistance for a market. So if we have the scenario today where the market trades up higher, if we see bearishness coming in when the market tests around or just beyond that Tenkan-sen, it could be a sign that the buyers are going to lose commitment and the sellers are going to take control of this market again. So we do need to watch around that level, and at the moment, previously it was around 105.80 and 105.54 at the moment. So it is a very, very important level for this market for tomorrow's trading. Above there we do have strong resistance at 106 in this large zone of resistance between these two areas at 106 and roughly about 107. Just looking at the Kijun-sen, that's beginning to point flat, and not quite flat but has potential to point flat, and if it does, then that's probably a good indication that there is a strong possibility of the market testing higher, but we do have very strong resistance overhead that may impede the market from trading up to that level. To the downside, if we do see the market coming off again, then 104.50 is very important, and then we have support down at 103.77 and then down to the bottom of the cloud at 103.50, so very strong support down below. So a market that's bearish, very bearish in the medium term and fast term timeframes, neutral in the long term timeframe, but this bearishness in the for the candle today has not been matched by the sellers. The buyers are back into this market attempting to take control, but it's likely that they will meet some solid resistance overhead. Next, moving to the Euro US dollar, and here we see a white body candle, and that tells us that the buyers have made net bullish progress, and it's matching the same amount of net bearish progress that was made on the previous day's trading roughly. So a day where the buyers have built some upside momentum. Having said that, however, the buyers have only closed with a very weak form of control. The market has closed between the midpoint level and the high, so even though the buyers have taken control, they did lose quite some some commitment as the market tested above the 130.79 resistance level and tested outside of the top of the cloud. And the cloud now, when it was previously acting as support, the top of the cloud is now acting as resistance, and that's very strong. So that area around the 130.86 level at the top of the cloud is very, very important to this market. The market, however, also found support at the 130.25 level, a previous level that was very strong support. And we can see here once again the market's tested down below that level and the buyers have come back in, so a very significant level of support. Below there we have support at 129.68 and then all the way down to 128.57. Above this level where the market's trading at the moment, after the cloud, we do have potentially strong resistance at the 131.45 level, which coincides with the Tenkan Sen, and then at 131.96, and then at the Kijun Sen at 132.29. In terms of Ichimoku, the market is neutral in the big picture terms by trading within the cloud, but we only have a fairly thin amount of cloud, but bearish in the medium and fast term time frames by trading below the Kijun Sen and the Tenkan Sen, and the Kijun Sen is still pointing flat, and we have price action being attracted back towards there. So there's a good possibility that we could see the market test higher again, but then again we do need to take into account this very strong resistance that we have overhead. So a market where we're in a downtrend in higher time frames, the medium term and then the fast term as well. But the downtrend is not supported by the bears anymore. The buyers have come back into the market, but they do have very strong resistance overhead. Next, moving to the US dollar Japanese yen, and here we see a continuation of the trend to the upside. A candle that's made a higher high and a higher low, but we have a black body at the end of this uptrend. It does raise doubt about continuation of the trend to the upside. Previously we had a very bullish body, bullish candle, and today a not so bullish candle. We have a candle where the buyers have lost their upside momentum and the sellers have attempted to take control, but they've failed to take control of this market as well. We have a spinning top type candle, which is a candle of indecision, but when we see that type of candle at the end of a very strong uptrend, it does offer very strong potential for a change of trend. This candle is indecisive because we have the shadow on the top, which represents the buyers losing commitment, but then the shadow on the bottom, which represents the sellers losing commitment. So the buyers tested the 84 level of resistance and found to be wanting at that level, and the same for the sellers to the downside, where they tested the support at 83.28 and the buyers came back in. So a very indecisive trading day. In terms of Ichimoku, we have the market bullish in all three timeframes by trading above the cloud, the Kijun Sen and the Tenkan Sen, and all of that is confirmed by the Chikou span, which is above the corresponding price action. So for tomorrow's trading, obviously the spinning top type candle has set the market up for a change of trend. It wouldn't surprise to see that change. It would only be a first time change of trend. The market is very strong in the longer time frames. If we do see the market come off, then 83.28 is important, the 83 level is important, then 82.79. So we have very strong support close by, and then we should see strong support down at 82.37 where the Tenkan Sen is trading, and we have this very large zone of previous resistance that could turn into support. So a market that's bullish, the bulls seem likely to take some relaxation time in this market. They're not supporting the trend to the upside any longer, but by the same token the sellers really don't have any strength at the moment. Let's wait and see if we do have establishment of a first time frame downtrend.